the point of the development that is going to happen there is that it's going to change. It's going to change Portchester. It's going to change traffic for everybody. It's going to change. My wife told me when I came up here I should have a lot of paper so I would look smart. So I brought a lot of paper with me. And what I initially really want to talk about is what's happening at 999 High Street. For those of you who may not be aware, 999 High Street is the housing that was created under the Mitchell-Lama law to house workers at the hospital. When Starwood purchased the property about 10 years ago, there were lots of residents who were still at United Hospital residents, people who had worked in the hospital, who had lived in Portchester their whole lives, who had worked for the city, for the village, for the whole community. There are now approximately 42 units that are still available. They're still being lived in 999 High Street, up to 134 affordable, did I say that correctly? Affordable housing? Affordable housing units that Starwood is going to tear down. 134 units, gone. Disappeared. Disappeared from Portchester, disappeared from the county, disappeared from the state, gone. 134. That's including the super's apartment. 134 units. The goal, one of the goals that we have, is to say, Starwood, that really sucks. That is not a good idea. In a village where there is admitted overcrowding, in a village where the poorest of the poor pay the highest of the rents, that is not a good idea. And we're here to say that it's not a good idea and that something has to be done. I have in this sheet of papers, that, I got to tell you, Julie, my wife, is a realtor. She has cards in the back if you're looking to buy or sell. Yeah, she's the pretty one in the back. And she gets this real estate in depth. Is it every month? Every month. And there's this wonderful article in here about a development in Dobbs Ferry, where it says, with 202 luxury apartments, of which 20 will be designated as affordable. That's in Dobbs Ferry. Do you want to hear about Hastings-on-Hudson? Anyone want to hear about Hastings-on-Hudson?
Yes.
No. Oh, I'm so glad you asked.
No.
I don't care, Bodie, I'm going to tell you anyway. There are 3 buildings along Sawmill River Road that will host 66 loft-style rentals, including 12 affordable units, mandated by the county's affordable housing settlement. It goes on and talks again and again and again about communities in Westchester County where they have set-asides, some 10, some 15, some 20% set aside for any development that happens that's over a certain size, over 8 units. There's a letter from the mayor of Croton-on-Hudson that talks, this is, I'll admit, from 2009. He's talking about development, drawing to the determination we will move into 11 beautiful new units of income-restricted rental housing for our Symphony Knoll project. It's a development there that they are, again, putting in affordable units. Everybody is putting in affordable units and make it, oh, I'm sorry, they make money. You make money on those units. It's not a gift. Where's that? I forget. Oh, this one's in Harrison. Harrison, affordable units. You get my point? If we're losing 134 units of affordable housing, and Starwood, as correctly noted, is intending to build 700 plus units of housing, you know, let me see, if I did my math correctly, 20% of that would just be a little over the number of affordable units that we're going to lose, that the county is going to lose.
Correct.
And this, as Goldie so often reminds us, is a low to low moderate income community, where, again, the poorest of the poor pay the highest of the high in terms of rentals. That ain't right. What we need to do is to work to make sure that those units are not lost. That there's a proposal, well, maybe they can give us some money and they can build 134 units somewhere else in Portchester. Anybody got 5 or 6 acres in Portchester where we could put up 134 units? If you do, talk to me afterwards. Well, actually, talk to Julie. She is a realtor. I don't know if I mentioned that. There's no place to do that in Portchester. There is not. If we're going to make up those units, they need to be in Starwood's project. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Oh, what else? I've got so many other things to say. You know how much, they may know how rich Starwood is. Seriously, anybody know?
Yes, they have Starwood hotels all over the country.
How rich are they?
Starwood hotels
That doesn't
all
tell me
over
how
the
rich
country.
they are. Does anybody know how
That's
rich they
Starwood.
are?
44 billion.
44, actually it's
Actually, I have
45
it
because
now,
Hello.
65
That's
billion.
for your package.
65 billion. Do I hear 70 billion? They have more money than Donald Trump. Well, of course, Donald Trump thinks he has more money than he has.
That was a duck.
And to imagine that they cannot include affordable units in the 700 plus that they're building to make up for the 134 units that they're tearing down is ridiculous. They will still make a profit. They will still make money on this deal. That can be part of the community benefits agreement. The Board of Trustees can make that happen. It's up to them to make that happen. It's up to us to make sure that they know we want that to happen. I'll leave it to others to talk about the pilot. But no, I won't. I'll just mention one quick thing. Out of the $60 million over the 20 years that they are suggesting we give to them, $34 million of that would go to our schools. Right? Oh, that's probably one of your lines.
It's all right.
No,
They can
never
hear it
mind,
twice,
Jenny.
it's fine.
Yeah, right, yeah, reinforce.
Yes.
Yeah, 34 million of that would go to our school system. That would actually pay for the construction that they're looking at doing. That 34 million would, over the 20 years. But I digress. Talking about money. Let's talk about jobs for a minute. In this community, we have a lot of people who work, and a lot more people who want to work, and even a lot more people who want to work better than they work now. Another part of that community benefits agreement, which has occurred in other places, you can say to Starwood, you know what? We want local hires. We want local hires at livable wages, and you know what else? I used this example earlier today. If somebody comes into this job knowing how to carry bricks, we don't want them to leave this job just knowing how to carry bricks. We want them to know how to lay those bricks. We want to give them skills that they can use so they can actually afford the rents that they have to pay. That can be part of that agreement as well. Good jobs for good people in this good village. Anyway, there's something else. Oh yeah, Julie, what a wonderful woman. She, 44 years we've been married. away from me. She gave me some rental information about available rentals in beautiful downtown Port Chester. On King Street, $1,500 a month for a one-bedroom. Landmark, $1,800 for a one-bedroom. Willard Avenue, $2,700. Oh wow, that's 4 bedrooms. You can get 30 or 40 families in there. Westchester Avenue, $2,800 for 2 bedrooms. These are for people who can't afford half of that. We need good jobs for good people in this good village.